if I were to buy in Coventry, where would it be that I would buy? Well, it's quite an open-ended question. There's plenty of properties here for people to invest in and to buy, and if you're looking to invest in buy-to-let properties. But typically there's three different marketplaces and there's three different types of strategies that I'm coming across when I'm sourcing properties for investors. The first one is to buy, refurbish, and then to renovate to a HMO, a house multiple occupation, a multi-let. So making it very much a cash flow rich strategy. With this in mind, CV1, city centre, CV2, Ball Hill, Lower Stoke, just the other side of the city centre, and then in addition to that CV5, Earlsdon, which is again on the outskirts of the city centre itself as well. The key thing you've got to consider with young professionals and students being your typical marketplace, in a lot of cases they won't have a car, they won't have a vehicle, they'll have a bike or they'll be using public transport. So location is very important for transport links. In addition to that, have they got supermarkets nearby, banks, pharmacies, all the key things you're going to need, the amenities as such that you're going to need as a typical tenant in that property, and making sure you buy in those locations and as close as you can do to make sure that you are going to be the first place they go to rather than somebody that's that little bit further away. Next option would be to buy, refurbish and do as a single let. So renting out to a family or a couple, a young couple that have moved to the city for their new job, whatever it may well be. Again, important location is going to be, but the key thing is going to be with your target market for this, who are you targeting, and obviously with the location itself, whether it be business parks, a large employer in the city, but again, keeping your doors open to different marketplaces that potentially could let the property itself. Then the third option would be to buy, refurbish and sell. So it's a flip option. And the flip option, location is important of course, but you're thinking to yourself, well, when I'm renovating this property, who's going to be living there? So is there, again, a large employer? Is it nearby to the transport links, such as the train station? Or is the motorway links, is it pretty close by to the M6, for example? And when you're renovating that property, making sure you do it that's going to be focusing on your potential buyers of that property. So for example, a family, making certain decisions on making sure that property is ready for a family to move straight into. These are the key things you need to be considering, but as far as location is concerned, CV1, CV2 and CV5 are very much the hotspot areas in the city itself.